Hi, and welcome to this lightning edition of Competing Conversations, where we take a look at companies building bots for customer service. Today, we are going to give 8 quick tips from leading in market e commerce bots. We will just be skimming the surface of what these bots can do, but hopefully, we can offer some of you some fresh takes and things to look out for as you embark on building your own e commerce bot. Let's jump in. First up, we're taking a look at Black Rifle Coffee Company. And our tip showcased in this example is the amount of flexibility you have to edit your subscription. Now you can see if I select the edit your subscription button, there are a number of options here. Change my frequency, change the date I'll be charged for my subscription, update my subscription products. This is fantastic. If you're in e-commerce, you want the ability for a user to change, modify, update their account directly from the chatbot. Moving on. Next up, we're taking a look at Mobilia. The first thing I'm introduced to when I select on the chatbot widget is the option to log into Messenger or continue as guest. If you're working in e-commerce, it's likely that you're engaging with your customers across multiple channels, and there is a lot you can do there. In this example, they're utilizing Facebook Messenger as another channel to interact with their team, and it's going to give them some relevant analytics and data related to who is talking to them on this channel. Now, if you're using other social services like Instagram or Twitter, or if you're using other channels like voice in terms of Amazon Alexa or Google Home, then you're going to want to build experiences for where your customers are and make sure that you do that as you think about expanding and evolving your conversational experiences. Okay, let's take a look at what Tile has to offer. I'm going to select the button Getting Started with Tile. And then you can see I am given a couple of more options through these buttons related to how I am looking to get started with my tile setup. This is a great tip when you're thinking about how to build FAQ-driven use cases. Instead of having all the questions available on load, because that would be unrealistic if you have hundreds of different questions that a user can ask, maybe you start with the high-level umbrella topics and then you branch off as users are going through this journey. It's going to make it a lot more assistive and a lot clearer to your customers how to find the answer they're looking for. Next up, we're taking a look at DAVIDsTEA. You can see they offer their bot in 2 languages, English and French. If you have the capacity, offer your experience in multiple languages. You're going to know the native language of your customer base and how that is proportionately set up. If you have a lot of customers who don't have English as their first language, look at the option of supporting additional languages in your conversational experience. It will pay off. Next up, we have Dyson. So I want to make a purchase directly through this chat window. And you can see it wants to connect me with a Dyson expert for live chat support. Now, if you do have the capacity in your organization to offer this, it is highly recommended. And this is making sure that you're connecting with users when they need it. Specifically in this sales capacity, you don't want to lose this lead. So if there's an opportunity to connect with them because they want to make a purchase, get there, start talking to them, and convert on that sale. Now, if you're looking for design inspiration, there is no brand that I would recommend more than Gillette. In their experience, they utilize a lot of different content types in order to build an engaging and visually appealing design. So you can see they're utilizing GIFs, they're utilizing these cards with images and descriptions. And then if I select that, there are different kinds of buttons that a user can engage with. And they even have video support directly inside of their chat window, which is a really nice, cool add-on as well. So when you're thinking about how to build a conversational experience, don't think it's only text-based. There are many different UI treatments you can take advantage of as you design what is the best way to showcase information and communicate a message as a user goes on. Next up is DB. In the case that your customer is not getting their question answered, you want to make sure you're connecting them to one of your human agents. So in this case, DB does offer the ability for you to create a ticket, and that ticket will go to the support team. Now, this is where you can ask a number of questions to give you the best chance of getting back to them as soon as possible with the correct answer. And that is something that I would highly recommend as you're building your e-commerce bot. Finally, we're going to take a look at inside weather. If I open up the chat window, you can see it's asking for my email address. But if I log into my account by signing in, then you can see that I no longer get asked for my email address. It's just asking me, how can I help you today? And this is an example of automatic authentication. When you're building a bot, make sure that you're not asking your customers a question you already have the answer to. And typically, if somebody is logged into their account, you have access to all their relevant account information, like their name, their email address, their order numbers, their order status, and so on. So instead of re-asking those questions, just have your chatbot connected to the rest of your site where it can gather that context without asking for it in the first place. So there you have it, 8 takeaways and tips for building your first e-commerce bot. I hope you enjoyed, and if you want any more information about the bots that we reviewed in today's video, there are links available underneath this video, along with some additional descriptions and highlights and lowlights that we weren't able to cover in this video. Thanks again, and take care.